Hey guys, haven't done a video in a while. I'm laying around the van. I've made a few changes. One is what you're looking at here. You may have seen this before. This is two stacked milk crates. So these phony milk crates that you can get from Walmart. And I've got them screwed or nailed together. And I've got them nailed sort of in a stair-step pattern so it could cover the wheel well. I've still got room for more cover of that wheel well, but so I'm running the Wave 3 again tonight. It's only going to be 36. Now I have found that my Wave 3 works great anywhere in the range 40 to maybe 30 to 28. If it gets any colder than that, I've got issues. It takes a while for this thing to warm up, and it really never warms up sufficiently to really make me feel comfortable. But I think it might help that I've elevated it, as you see right here, and it's roughly on the same level as my bed, so I've got the radiant heat pointing directly at me right now. Over on the other side, of course, is the buddy, the Mr. Heater. And of course, it's on the rack unevenly. Every time I show it, I go over and adjust it again. But it stays there when I drive. So I usually just let it hang there until I stop, and then I will straighten it up, and then the next time I drive, it's in the same position. That I need that when it gets down into the teens. Now, it doesn't mean I don't use the Wave 3, but this is a great assist because the Wave 3 is not a high BTU, I guess it's British thermal units, output. I have really thought, and I'm still thinking, well, if we had more cold weather in Texas, there's no doubt I would be using the Wave 6, even in this relatively small van, low top van, I would be using the Wave 6. But we don't have that much cold weather, so the Wave 3 is fine with this as the backup on those 2 or 3 weeks a year when it gets really stupid cold into the teens and maybe even into the single digits, but not very far into the single digits. So that's pretty good. So you see what I've got here. I've over there against the wall, and that's a new crate I've bought. So it's just sitting there until I find a thing to do with it. That's one of those small crates. You see, I've got these sets of crates up here, basically cubbies, like I said before. There's also a small crate on top that I use for the small things. Down here I've got one. Another one of those small, little tiny crates. I use that to store my shaving stuff, my electric razor, etc., and the wet shaving stuff as well. Up here you see the two smaller crates. Here I'm just using those as storage, and I'm using bungees to hold anything in there that needs to survive a trip. So I have got a bungee on the bottom, not on the top. There's really only a couple of things up there, and I just put them up there. I'll drop it down to the bottom, or before I actually would move, I'd put a bungee on the top one as well. And over here, I've actually anchored a board to the wall. You can buy these little plank sets at a ridiculous price, $14 at Walmart. I could make one myself. I don't have the room, so I actually did attach that to one of the spine of planks I've got behind my paneling. So it's now there to stay until I pull it off. And I plan to attach this little floor display I've got here. You just ignore the propane line, but I haven't done it yet, so I do still use the bungees down here, and I bungee it to those two hooks up there, and it keeps it stable until I really figure out how I'm going to anchor that, because I haven't figured out right yet. So it's a little bit, at least I got something that looks vaguely like furniture. Like I've said before, I'm not trying to make this pretty. I'm just trying to make something practical, and these crates prevent me from having to do carpentry. My great uncles were magnificent carpenters. It did not go down the genetic line to me. So I know what a hammer looks like. I can use one, but the chance of banging my finger is almost as good as the chance of hitting the nail. So that's all I've got. I want to give you a quick look at the evolution of the quote unquote furniture like bits and pieces here. And also, this little, I've got this, and it's anchored on here so it won't slide forward too far. I'm not gonna drive anywhere with this heater on here. Of course, I'll take that off. But I can also put my little stove up here, and now I've actually got a place I can cook. So that's great. The power situation is just great. Since I put those two new 100-watt panels up there, in addition, which added to the 200 watts that were already up there, I now run my refrigerator all the time. I have no, I'm not, everything is, I have not had a single day where I haven't had enough power. Of course, we haven't had a lot of overcast days lately, so it's still possible for 3 or 4 days of overcast to hit and for me to be a little power poor, but I still have my generators back there, so everything is cool. In case I want to show you how things are going, and financially, this is a great circumstance not having to pay for rent. Don't let anybody fool you. There's a lot of discomfort that you could pay for the cost of the exorbitant rent in cities around the United States. Dallas is not the worst, but it's also not the best. It's still expensive as heck in the city itself and in the suburbs. Any place you want to live is going to be expensive. All right, that's all I've got. I will talk to you later and see what else we've got. I've got some camera equipment and stuff I haven't shown. I've also got to show one of the tests of the Hero 6 Black, and this I'm taking with my new Galaxy Note 8. I'll also do a little review of this because it's a very good camera on this. All right, that's all I've got. I will talk to you later. You have a good day.